Today I'm talking to Danny Cantwell, who's with KVS Title. Danny works in Bethesda, although he goes around the whole DC metro area if he needs to. And he's going to explain a couple of questions which you may have about the process of going to closing. Danny, are you an attorney?
Yes, I'm an attorney. I'm licensed in Maryland and the District of Columbia, but also a licensed title agent in Virginia, so I can do closings in Virginia also.
Okay, so if I'm buying a house, do I need to bring an attorney to closing like they do in New York, for instance? Can you explain how I'm represented?
No, in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, the real estate agent plays a huge role in the representation. In other areas of the country, like in New York, they're represented by attorneys. In my almost 20 years of doing this, I probably have seen a handful of attorneys show up to represent a buyer or a seller at closing. And in a couple of occasions, the clients have known more than the attorney because it's kind of a specialized area, that real estate, and it's not common in this part of the country.
Okay, so you're an attorney. Who do you represent at the table if you're the only attorney there?
In Maryland, DC, and Virginia, we represent the contract. So if there's an issue that comes up that's related to the contract, for example, if there's a walkthrough issue, we represent the contract and help figure out how the facts of whatever's happening mesh into the contract and how we can help bring that to a resolution and get going and move on with settlement.
Great. Okay, so how long does closing take? A couple of hours, a day?
No. Closings ordinarily take between 35 and 45 minutes. You're coming in, hopefully on time. You're bringing your driver's license if you're a buyer, if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, you're bringing a cashier's check or you've already scheduled to wire us money. The documents that are signed at closing are all standardized documents that I sign, that you sign, that everyone signs, different name, interest rates, property address, etc. But they're all form documents, and we encourage people, if they want to read through and not feel rushed, to ask for those documents a day or two in advance of closing so they can go through them at their own pace, because we allot on the hour for closings, which most title companies do.
So can I close in the evening, or on Sunday, do I need to close when my lender is working, like during business hours if there's an issue?
Yeah, so closings take place between 9 and 5, 10 and 4, in that kind of time frame, because if something does come up, we need to be able to reach out to the appropriate party during business hours and get that done. Plus, the staff is in all day during business hours. There are rare occasions when we can accommodate like a 5 o'clock closing for very rare instances, but weekend closings are not ordinary in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area at all.
Okay. And when I get to closing, can I edit the documents?
No, the documents can't be changed. So you're basically coming into settlement and you don't have to dress up. You can come casual. Some people come in all dressed up and they didn't realize they could just wear, casual clothes. You can't change anything. It's boilerplate for the most part. And you're just basically there signing your name and dating the documents. And it's hopefully a very happy occasion.
When do I get the keys if I'm the buyer, and when do I get my money if I'm the seller?
You get the keys after you've signed all the documents and all the money's in. Buyer and seller have signed all the money's in. As a seller, our policy as a company takes within about a business day for your funds to go from our account through the Federal Reserve to your account. That's what we tell people. Sometimes it's quicker, but sometimes there's delays and it can take up to a business day to get there.
Okay, and so I can move in that day?
Yes. As soon as you are finished closing, you can take possession of the property.
Wonderful. Danny, thank you. This has been really helpful, and I am sure that everybody who gets to watch this is going to appreciate it.
Thank you.
Danny Cantwell, KVS Title, Bethesda on the Wisconsin Avenue, 5th floor, really nice location and really good pretzels.
Yeah, and we also have Arlington, T Street in DC, Capitol Hill, for additional closing spots.
And parking included.
Yes.
Thank you.